Welcome back for a special video. I know, you think this is all about baseball cards. Nope. We are doing a update video for Patrick while we open up baseball cards because we had a big Meyer haul and
a Patrick update with the Topps 2024 baseball update.
yes, with the baseball update and some 2024 Star Wars and some old stuff. But Desiree is going to do the talking while I open the cards. And you're going to see Patrick, you're going to see the cards, and we're going to ask him questions. And we'll get into it. And sadly, I don't have my Jerry Rig Everything knife. So, let's see what happens.
Handing off the mic to Desiree.
So clip it to the Lego man.
You should probably hold it like a microphone.
Oh, like that lady on the...
Yes.
Like this? And go like this?
Yes.
I should put it in my mouth?
If that's what makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
No.
No.
No, that way we can... Well, anyway.
Alright, so... I think your last update video was in March. I actually even had someone ask me what the heck happened to you because there hasn't been any videos. But that's not here nor there. So, I probably should have watched that video before I started this. However, your last video, you're getting ready to go have a scan. And this was back in April.
Well, in April, we ended up with, I think it was the April one where we ended up with 2 tiny tumors on the liver.
Correct.
And so they switched the chemo. I go in as normal on Tuesday for a chemo. And then when they're done, I'm hooked up to a small machine with a different chemo that works in conjunction. And they hook that up Tuesday morning, and I take it off Thursday at 9:30 a.m. And the other one wasn't so bad. This one, the night that I get it on Tuesday, I usually can't fall asleep until 6 in the morning the next day. And then when I take it off on Thursday, I usually get home and I'm out for hours. But Desiree had an idea to eat before I went down there and did that instead of after and see if it made any effect. I did not crash this week.
Which is the first time in how many months?
Well, he actually started it on May 7th, so
Yeah,
I clearly
and
remember that.
This is November.
This is November 24th. So usually you go, you get it off, come home, and then Thursday you get it off and you crash. So this week we had you eat beforehand. And you took a tiny nap on Friday, but it wasn't anything like you normally do.
Things have changed though. I mean, at first, I had no problems in my mouth. And a lot of people get sores and makes it hard to eat or talk. And then it would be for a day, then a couple of days, then a few days, and then 10 days. And a nurse mentioned to me this time that whenever I eat, to gargle with warm salt water and then do my magic mouthwash. And in case you're wondering, we're not mixing with the Tidy Bowl man. Magic mouthwash is actually a mouthwash. It's a numbness. It's got anti.
I think it's got like a lidocaine in it. But we have to go to a special pharmacy. You just can't get that at your regular pharmacy. It's from compounding.
They got to mix 3 different things together. So, right now my mouth's a little sore. Mashed potatoes and pudding are great. Texture things hurt, but this week with the change up hasn't been as severe as before. you'll notice my voice is a little different because your tongue actually swells. And it's like razor cuts. Salt is not really your friend.
Got a cool card.
What'd you get?
The Aaron Judge Paw Patrol.
Oh, cool. We got into cards. In case anybody's wondering, we just talked about this. You know, there's a lot of things I can't do that I enjoy doing, like hiking, camping. We did an overnight in the Smoky Mountains. We've hiked here in Ohio, Upper Michigan, and then walks out in the outdoors. We enjoy that. And I lost a lot of that. And Ed had a surgery and it laid him up. Well, he mentioned something one day about cards. And all my cards I gave to my little brother years ago. And it just gives you something to do. It's sort of exciting. And trust me, sitting around, you could get awfully damn bored. And so we enjoy it. We're not in it for the money. And I think that's why we do a hell of a lot better than the people that are. Ed opens. I don't have the touch. Ed pulls things out of here that we shouldn't be getting. The people buying cases and pallets of these cards should get, not us. And I think it's because we just do it for fun. And believe it or not, it's enjoyable. But that's why we're doing this right now. And he's set up right now with cards. He's opening this extravaganza we got last night from Meyer's grocery store.
Last night, it was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, tonight. you buy one, and then you get the other one
Half off.
Half off. So it's sort of hard to beat.
Yeah, we just got a really good box. We got some rookies, Colt Keith, Junior Caminero, the Paw Patrol. We got a mystical, which these mysticals are freaking awesome. But when is the last time that we did a update? That was like April, right?
It was March or April. He was getting ready to have that scan that showed that the tumors had. Oh, it was March or April. He was getting ready to have that scan, or just had the scan, where they ended up finding out there was a couple tumors that hit the liver.
Well, a lot of things happened after that. Not just switching to chemo. He also had the blood clots.
Well, I'm not that far yet. We're still in April.
Okay. Well, he was talking about last week.
Oh, okay. So then we get through May. You have the great big Memorial Day party again. That was kind of a pig roast, but our buddy Kevin smoked them
like a pulled pork.
Which was absolutely phenomenal. So
very nice of him.
We're gonna have to hire him again. We had the band come out again. We danced in the rain.
Knucklehead. What's their names again?
Lunatics.
Lunatics.
I love
Lunatics.
those guys.
Knuckleheads.
Yeah. I'm thinking Knuckleheads in the news.
But no,
they're great.
Yeah, they're a local band. They've came out and played a few times for us down at camp.
They're awesome.
Over the last 2 years. So then we go to July. Nothing major happened in June. So July, then we have a mega 4th of July party. And we had our cook-off, which those videos have already been floating around, but we'll insert the photo here that we accidentally started a fire in the grass with our cast iron pot.
Well, putting pressure on me. Now I gotta find that picture.
You got thrown under the bus.
Right.
Yeah. Well, in the middle of that is when you find out you had all the blood clots.
Right.
When did we go to Maine?
August.
At the very end of July.
That's when we found out.
That was before that. It was
the
a
chemo
month.
before you left. Maybe the 2 chemos. But it was like the middle of July. You had another scan. And they came
originally it
busting
was the
in.
chest?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
We found out when we got back that it was in your leg.
I woke up. I guess we're jumping ahead, but Ed surprised me. I always wanted to make a canoe or something, and he got me and took me to Maine to a class where we made our own boat at the Wooden Boat School.
That video will be in the yeah.
There's these two at Wooden Boat School.
Yeah, here's Wooden Boat
Oops.
School. That video will be in the comments.
I think I broke it. It's not green anymore.
It's not green anymore, then I can't hear you at all.
I was squeezing it.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. We met people from other places, all different backgrounds. And Clint Chase was the instructor. He was fantastic.
Chase Mallcraft.
Yep. He designs a lot of boats. He gives classes, ships kits. He was fantastic. And Jody was his partner. And she's actually teaches children here in Cleveland, Ohio. So we had a great team. And it was an opportunity of a lifetime. I'll never forget it. But I woke up one morning and I looked down and my ankle's 5 times the size as the left ankle. I'm like, this ain't good. It was sort of funny because when we came back, I went to the doctor and they said, well, we got to look at this. I said, well, it's blood clots in my leg. I remember the doctor saying, oh, you're Clark Kent. You could see through walls. I go, yeah, I can. She came back and I was right. But
Well, it was worse than that. It was from basically his ankle to his crotch was this blood clot. It was one big clot.
it sort of ticked me off, but the answer for it was the same no matter what, Eliquis. So, I thought if you know that it starts at the leg, then goes to the chest, you'd think something would have been said immediately, but it was not.
We're doing this. This is like a podcast format, what we're doing right now. So we can jump around. It's okay.
I screw them
My
up.
brain doesn't work that way.
They have a timeline, and I can never stay on course.
All right, I'll go with it. So, but we had to take you to the ER twice in a week for this.
Yeah, and it was frustrating to say the least. Can I explain the one evening?
Well,
Sure.
The first one or the second one?
When the Olympics were playing. They had
That was
the
the
Olympics
first one.
on. Because it was sort of funny. My nephew was over in Paris. And I looked over to the left. He's texting me. And there's a picture of the Eiffel Tower on the wall. So I had Desiree get down and take a picture while I pointed at the Eiffel Tower. I asked him if he saw me. He didn't.
We should insert that picture right here.
So then
You can help edit this.
we had a training doctor
I'm
come
busy.
in, a resident, however you call him, say, so what brought you in this evening? Da-da-da-da-da. We went through it. She said, I'll be right back. So about an hour later, a doctor walks in the door and he says, so what brought you in this evening? So we do it again. I'll be right back. An hour later, another doctor. We had 4 doctors that night. And each doctor said the opposite as the doctor before them. So when the 4th doctor came in, I let him know. I said, why would I think my opinion is probably more important. Because you all went to school and y'all can't seem to get it down straight. I go, one tells me this, the next one tells me that. And you're the same doctors in the same hospital.
Well, it's kind of important here of what you were trying to do to why we kept going back to the hospital. And I actually have a picture of your legs before I made you go that second time. I don't know if you'll let me post it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But where were you trying to go? And how were you getting there?
I wanted to fly to Minneapolis. The guy I served with, my major, was in from Manila with my sergeant up in Minneapolis. I wanted to fly up there. So I walk in, they go, no, with blood clots you can't fly. The next doctor goes, sure you can. The next one, no you can't. Yes you can. No you can't. And it was frustrating beyond the imagination. We were there how many hours?
Well, then remember, they sent us to the second hospital because they couldn't help you.
Because they couldn't get a reading. They didn't nobody to do an ultrasound. So we had to go downtown Akron, Ohio.
In the middle of the night, which I don't recommend.
Not the best areas. It was a pain in the butt. But anyway, they ended up coming to see me. But we talked about the scan. They ended up, I think they're 1.4 millimeter and 1.6. And they dropped in the last scan 0.2 or 0.02.
Your timeline's killing me.
Yeah.
All right,
You are
go back.
Basically, what he's saying is he switched chemos back in May because the old chemo stopped working and he got the lesions. He got the lesions in his liver, and since the last he switched chemos, this is one where he has to wear a bag for a couple days. Goes every 2 weeks, wears a bag, and then since then now the lesions on the liver have shrunk, which according to the doctors is unheard of, right?
Right.
So they actually asked us to make a video on what we're doing, and we are not going to do that because we are not doctors and it wouldn't be right.
But not only that, when you do things that aren't standard, there's reports from around the country that they'll stop your chemo. True, false, we don't know. We cannot say directly. But we've talked together that, and my brother, and we all concluded we'd rather not do anything to risk getting the chemo, because we don't know if one works, one's not. In conjunction is, but it's working. It's not broke. We're not going to fix it.
So you were supposed to go to Minneapolis. You was opted not to fly because I think the consensus was it wasn't safe. And then a week later, you went on another trip.
To Maine.
No, that was before. You went to Charlotte.
We went to Charlotte this summer.
We did, but that was after Maine.
Yeah, that's what I said. You went to Maine. Then you tried to go to Minneapolis. They said no fly, but you can cruise around in the car. And then we went in August to Charlotte, and you stayed with China.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did.
And we went to the Smoky Mountains.
Right after that.
And then we were in the Smokies for a few days, and a bunch of your buddies from camp came and joined you.
And that was awesome. And if anybody knows, they just changed the name to its Native American name. I do not know it, nor could I pronounce it if I did. But up until today, it was Cades Cove, C-A-D-E-S.
No.
Clingmans Dome.
Clingmans Dome.
Clingmans Dome. That video will also be in the description.
They walked with me, and I made it all the way up with the help of my friends to the top. And if you are wondering what's the big deal, if you walked it without cancer, it's a butt kicker. Trust me, it took a while, but everybody hung out, and we made it to the top. We even got a picture of all of us up there, and it was really cool.
I don't actually have that one on the fridge. But we can insert it. Someone has it.
Look, this
That was the bridge.
This was the bridge we always walked to. It's really pretty there.
It's not
And that
close
was
enough.
the same trip. We love Gatlinburg. The
Yeah.
whole area. We don't.
You and Mr. 1000 at the sign.
A part of the Appalachian Trail goes through there.
It's easier over here.
So see, I could say I walked the entire Appalachian Trail left to right.
This is the place right before Clingmans Dome, where Rockefeller built for his wife.
It's at the North Carolina-Tennessee border.
Went to Maine. Some of the Bigelow Mountains and some of the other mountains, we actually drove through and by these mountains.
Yeah, it's the North Carolina-Tennessee border.
It starts in Georgia and goes to Katahdin, Maine. when we went, because we left Maine and went to Watertown, New York to see Ed's childhood friend. And it was an amazing drive. Absolutely amazing part of America I'd never seen before. And we got to see Lake Ontario at night. Love to go back during the daytime because everywhere we went, the lake was still there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I thought the Great Lakes were big. This thing lasted forever.
Yeah, I bet you it's really cool to see in the daytime.
So now we have what
You have-
things. So now we have Thanksgiving coming up this week.
I don't talk about whatever. And
So-
even because you whisper, they can still hear.
Well, you can cut it out. So we've also been having another little. I don't even know what you want to call it, but we've been spending a lot of time visiting our friend. Do you want to talk about Gary?
Limited.
Well, limit, but
He's in bad shape. We'll just put it that way. And right now, he's not been given. It's, as he said to me today, we're not guaranteed how much time we're going to have, and my time is gone.
Unfortunately, he's our friend and he's at the end of his life.
And we were there today. And he said that he's going to find a nice boat on the water and be waiting for me. I told him I'd be there, keep me a pole. And we'll drop a line. So he's a good guy.
yeah, he's very good people.
He's a good guy. That's a fact.
He's had a rough life.
And then
But he's got friends. And they've been there for him.
No cussing.
hit the button again
Why do you keep hitting the button?
because it's tiny and you're making me hold it.
Just hold it like that.
They can still hear you. It's me. So, but no, he's good people. Last week, you went and celebrated Friendsgiving with Cul-de-sac at Sarah's house.
Yep, that was awesome.
What else did we do at Friendsgiving other than eat till we were sick? We
Watched a movie.
And what movie was that?
Bride of Frankenstein. Or we don't have the picture of the park, do we?
Nope. Of course not. We have a movie coming
Camp.
out.
Camp Evil 5
Camp Evil 5.
comes out January 18th at the Lions Lincoln Theater. Tickets for sale online. Link in the description.
Massillon, Ohio. Home of Gideon Lish.
Hey Ed, what's up?
Hey, Mike, you remember that campground we had that amazing Memorial Day party at?
Lydia Gish.
No, what was her name?
Oh, I
Lillian
screwed that.
Gish.
Lillian Gish.
Lillian Gish. And they have memorabilia in there.
Star from the black and white, the talkies. Before talkies, the silent movies.
If someone knows who that is, write in the comments because I would be floored. Because I have no idea.
Kent City Schools at its finest.
I didn't go to Kansas
Oh,
City
Kent
schools.
Local, sorry.
My grandfather went to Canton schools, and he's the one that explained it to me. That's why I know who she is.
Alright, so
Might have been a different time period.
alright, so we got what, Thanksgiving coming up, and Christmas around the corner. Anything else you want to add or shove in there since you don't agree with talking in timeline?
Well, getting back to the medicine in that, We're doing something right because I'm asked, "Are you sure you're not doing something over the counter? Are you sure you're not doing?" No, we're just doing what you tell us, and we're doing something right. Number one, my friends in front of me right this second made a rule in the beginning: no negativity. This is a negativity-free zone, right?
Yep.
And we're still here, and they sure as heck didn't see this coming. I tell people I'm doing it out of spite. I don't like being told what I'm doing. I was told I wouldn't be around long. And we got plans. We're going back to boat school next year. We even told the instructor we'll see him next year.
We gotta find out the schedule.
But we got plans.
Yep.
We're not sitting around in a pity pool, that's for darn sure.
You've got vacations planned. Whether we told you or not might be a different story, but
But
Well, I want to add. Just. I got a cool Jenga Fett. Anyway, just because they tell you your life is over in 6 months, tell them to buzz off because they've no idea. Because February will be 2 years since he was told he had 6 months at the most to live. So we're 2 years later, and he's in better shape now than he was 2 years ago.
that's true.
And we got a cool Django Fit. So don't take everything the doctors say as gospel because they don't know.
And my very first chemo, the first thing that happened before I was ever seated in a cubicle, the nurses on the floor came to me and said, "Do not listen to any timelines. You fight. You do not give up. You fight." And I'm going to tell you right now, I know I've said it before, that the nurses are awesome. I love the nursing staff. There's some good doctors, don't get me wrong. But the nurses, the administrative folks, have been nothing but awesome for us. When you come in and you check in the office, the people that seat you, the people that schedule you, they're all one palliative care, awesome. There's a lot of layers. They got the nurse over everybody. They got different names, and they all overlap. So I don't even know what the heck their individual jobs are.
oh, there's a nurse that calls you once a week or every other week.
After
and checks
every
on you.
appointment, by the time I get home, which I miss half the time because I'm usually asleep but the staff is just awesome. They deal with this every day. And I'll tell you something. I've talked to a lot of nurses, and they take a trip to New York City. There's a place there that does scans, head to toe cancer scans. $2,500. And there's companies now spreading out through the country that do this. Now you may say, well, it's $2,500. Well, 5 years ago, if I could have spent that $2,500, I could be sitting in a different place right now. It's up to each individual. But I contacted a lot of the guys I served with and let them know you need to go get this done. And they're seeing a lot more men in their 40s than ever before. And you start looking at the food chain. I'm not talking, oh, this food's bad, that food's bad. Beef, it's the chemicals in the beef. You got to pay attention to what you eat. We'll leave it at that. Pay attention to what you eat every day.
Did you see the thing with Fruit Loops?
Yes.
We have to get political for 1 minute. That who was that? Kennedy?
RFK.
He posted that why can't we have the same thing in our Fruit Loops as Canada? And then I think it's the Washington Post. Don't quote me, but there was a newspaper that quoted him saying that they had the same ingredients as Canada in the United States. Well, then they had to retract that, and then they listed all the ingredients, and they said they had the same number of ingredients, but they used beet juice carrot juice for their coloring,
No dyes.
and we use all dyes. What a joke.
Almost every doctor in the United States will tell you the most dangerous part of the American food chain is red dye 41.
Well, they're after our food. They want our the biggest plant I've ever been to was a fucking chemical plant
Language.
for food.
Tell them where it was. Or can you?
I don't even remember.
The Zilwaukee Bridge.
Zilwaukee Bridge. Was it over there?
That's where you told me. You called me from there.
Oh, maybe.
The Zilwaukee Bridge, as you go into northern Michigan, there's a bridge on the east side on 75, and you're looking down at a factory as you go over this really tall bridge, and that's it. But also Australia, the amounts are less than here. General Mills cereals, and a lot of it's the dyes. The food I lived in Amish country for a while here in Ohio, and was shocked. I had neighbors that raised cattle for meat to ship to sell, but they had their own cow for their family and for their milk. And I asked these farmers why, and they said the stuff that we feed our cattle with for sale we would never put on our kitchen table. And they said milk should never be made to last 2 weeks in a store. And all these things, just take better care. Just pay attention to what you eat. Research it. You got kids? I would have fed my kids a lot differently. But we are where we are. But a lot of this we have to pay attention to. The only differences I've made is I've cut out red meat. And a couple times I have had stuffed cabbage because I'm from the Cleveland area and we eat stuffed cabbage and it's just freaking delicious. And then the other thing was Skyline chili. Skyline chili 5-way large, and I'm telling you what, it's the bomb. But I cut out sugar, processed sugar. You can't cut it out 100% because you're going to find out if you try. It's in everything. It's in absolutely everything. It drives me insane.
A lot of our foods are illegal. A lot of them don't use corn syrup anymore. They use regular sugar.
And just remember, you pay for it. All those subsidies, you pay for it. So I guess they figure you should get it in every bite. But you go to trouble, Desiree and Ed have found things for me. Sugar-free jelly. There are some sweeteners that artificial, they say, are dangerous for you. But what the heck is the option? There is none. And I have to keep weight on. If you lose a lot of weight, they'll stop your chemo. And so far, I'm not going to say where I started from. Y'all could kiss my butt. But I've lost 70 pounds since this began. And I just can't imagine if I was in shape at 150 where I should have been, what I would weigh right now. They would have stopped the chemo a long time ago.
Yeah, that extra weight helped you.
Hard to believe, but absolutely.
See how that Krispy Kreme trip's paid off.
Krispy Kreme?
I live for Krispy Kreme, and down here we got Strickland's and Handel's ice cream. And it's really funny. I visit my daughter, and now I know where to get off at. There's a Handel's ice cream all the way from up here in North Carolina. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she probably don't even go.
I know. My granddaughter,
If you're watching this, China, better go to Handles.
Our granddaughter got us to try cotton candy ice cream up here, and it was pretty good.
Lucy wants Handles. She wants the big milkshake.
Yep. So do I. I have not had ice cream in I don't know how long. But it's ultra processed. And donuts. But I'll tell you what, it's good. It's good stuff.
All right, is there anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
No, I'm not done opening cards. You guys got to keep going.
So let's see what you got coming up. You have Thanksgiving with your family. You've got Friendsgiving here. You have Ogle Bay.
Oh, Ogle Bay is a sight worth seeing. Ogle Bay, West Virginia, right? It's just over the line from Ohio. And they got Christmas lights all through this place. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. And they got places to stop. They've got popcorn. They've got treats, cookies. They got a restaurant. Look it up, Ogle Bay. It's amazing. And
Or look in the description and you'll find a video.
Oh, we could do that.
yeah.
And then what else you have coming? Oh, you have the craft night to make a Santa head.
Oh yeah, we're going to a place where we're going to make a paper mache.
Yeah, paper mache like the old ones from my grandparents' era.
Yeah, and so that's pretty neat. I'm excited about that.
And then the very next day, what are you doing?
Boom! Auto!
Who'd you get? We got an autograph. We got
Robert Gasser.
Is that Star Wars?
No. I have no idea who he is. But we got an auto.
It counts.
We're always happy to get an auto.
Yep.
We're doing kind of bad here on a card front, but getting an auto out of Blaster, that's a big freaking deal.
I've always wanted to go to the Nutcracker. I never got to take my kids or my grandkids.
Well, call her. Tell her to get her butt up here.
So I'm getting to go. We're going to do that. It's always something. Something pops up. And we go. Where did we just go? Oh, we went to the Canton Orchestra.
Oh yeah, we saw Star Wars at the orchestra.
That was neat. They had a raffle. I won. I thought there had been a mistake. I don't win anything, but we won the raffle.
We'll insert the picture here.
There's probably not going to be a picture there.
But I have a picture.
Well, then you can help me edit this thing.
I always help you.
In case you don't know, there is a lot of time behind editing these videos. This isn't something that just happens itself. The movie that's coming out, Ed probably has 100 hours into that
At
thing.
least.
And this is not an exaggeration by any means.
Why don't you talk about the movie since you're in it?
Lord have mercy.
Well, what's the concept behind the movie without giving away any spoilers?
I was forced. It was a senior moment with senior abuse. It's
He was so forced, he was the first one to film.
yeah, with a youngster that'll be scarred the rest of his life.
And even put on a costume, so you weren't too scarred. You did that on your own.
It was my Halloween costume.
It was. Which is actually right there on top of the top pile of the fridge, but it's cut off on the... Yep, right there. So, there you are.
Oh, I'm the guy on the right.
Well, I'm sure they realize you're not Ed.
Well, I'm in costume. They might not know.
What is everybody?
Everybody's murdered.
No. That's getting cut out. You have one line. Your famous line.
They're doomed.
You're all doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Boy, you look hungry.
Yeah.
Come with me. Okay.
So where are we going?
They're all doomed. And it's a sort of a play on that type of genre. It's funny. It's not supposed to be serious. It's fun. And we even got Ed's mom in on it. So it was pretty neat. We got 3 generations. Well, actually 4.
I guess you are old enough to be
There's
our father. What do you
4
mean?
generations.
How do you figure? Help me. Oh,
The
Savannah.
sock girl.
Okay, that's Savannah.
That's 4.
And then Marcia.
Me.
Uh-huh.
There's only 2 generations in the whole thing.
Mike and Henry technically are 2.
Diane.
And me, that's 2 generations.
Just
Because
because
we're not all related.
No, I don't mean in one family. I'm saying there's all 4 generations
I guess
represented.
they span from 7 years old to 70.
That's what I'm saying.
I never thought of that.
January 18th. It will be going live on YouTube the 19th. In 10-minute increments, I think. I think I'm going to split it up.
10-minute increments?
Yeah, I'm going to split it up like once a week, drop a video.
I don't have that kind of attention span.
You've already watched it.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm in it too.
Unless you were texting.
Might have been. Might have happened. What else you got going on, Hall?
I'm going to try and make it to Charlotte in December. But you never know. Some things always come up. We never know what. Sometimes we make plans and then something else pops up.
Well, life happens.
Right, exactly. I've got my family, they got their family, we got friends, we got health issues. So sometimes we make plans and it don't work out. But we've been pretty lucky. A lot of our plans have gone without a hitch. In Maine, it took a whole lot of things to come together, and they did. I mean, it fell perfectly in place. A lot of things could have happened that didn't, and we made it there. We got to go through the school. We had a trailer. We brought the boat all the way back. It did not get damaged.
Oh, it was a very hard time finding a class for you that wasn't the week of your chemo. Most of them fell on that week.
I mean, the boat's not finished. I just got to paint it.
We could insert a picture of the boat here.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
Yeah.
It was really an experience. And there's other boats and classes going on at the same time.
Other classes.
One was a toolbox.
We were the only ones building a boat.
Right, they were on long-term projects, learning.
Oh, I guess there was, yeah.
And there was a toolbox that was just like a piece of artwork. It was so
It's like
nice.
apprentice toolbox or something they call it.
It was really nice. And so we got to observe some of the different things. And they had all these boats that we could have went out on. They gave us classes on how to tie them up, untie them in the bay. But the only problem was we were all excited. Everybody wanted to do it. And by the end of the day, when you ate, we were so tired, we never had the energy to go out and do it.
Yeah, you want the bed.
Yeah, it was, but it was fun. It was, if you have any interest in such a thing, do it.
Go to the wooden boat school.
Well, and you guys got an all-inclusive package that covered your board and your meals as well, so you weren't having to try to go back and forth.
Well, you better get all inclusive. There's nowhere to eat.
Yeah.
There's no restaurants around.
You could have packed some peanut butter and jelly, just don't bring Dan.
And also,
Oh,
We stayed-
no. We forgot the peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, we forgot the peanut butter and jelly.
They had a camp there, a campsite. So if you got a tent and they got showers and bathrooms there for those people,
Yeah, they were really nice.
there's a lot of options.
Might actually do that. I might do that. Well, that'd be kind of weird. Never mind. That's not gonna work.
But it was
That'd look really bad.
it was a blast. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, and it just opened doors.
Take your kids. Oh my gosh. Take a kid. Have them do a class. It's a whole new world.
Now,
How many more boxes do you have left, Ed?
I got this one and another one, so you better come up with stuff to think about.
there's skills.
Because this is like a podcast, so it has to be at least be an hour.
Well, nobody wanted to follow my list of talk. So.
There used to be. When we went, you do woodworking is one thing. Ed in the last year and a half has done 2.5 decks. Built 2 and assisted a family with their deck.
I did very little with that.
But he's developed all these skills, and then the boating was a whole different skill set for both of us. It was just things that we'd never accomplished or tried, and it was pretty neat. So it won't be long that Ed will be changing out all the kitchen cabinets in here. He's going to make his own.
Not gonna happen.
Why?
Well, we're gonna get all new kitchen. There's a guy that does all that, and you don't gotta do that.
Ed will do a better
It'll
job.
be so much better if you do it.
They won't have doors
Why can't we have doors?
because I'm not messing with hinges.
Oh, we're going Amish style.
Yeah.
We'll be hanging the chairs up on the wall after they're utilized. As
Won't
well.
bother me, Eddie. Won't be able to leave anything open except there'd be stuff falling off the floor.
The people get the glass doors in the kitchen regret it because they got to be clean all the time because people come to visit and they see all your cabinets.
Charlie be out here screaming, avalanche!
Poor Charlie. Yep. So this chemo's doing okay. You know, I don't like the mouth part, but
Well,
It
what are
beats
your
the
options that you're? I guess because they didn't. I guess let's go back to this blood clot thing. After they came and got you chemo to tell you they were in your lungs, you later found out that that's just normal with pancreatic cancer, and they just
and it always starts at the legs.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Because that was a whole fiasco. Because we didn't find... So when he originally found out about the blood clots, they only talked about it in the lungs. Right?
Right.
correct.
So we go to Copper Harbor, his legs swell up.
No, you went to Maine,
Maine. We went to Maine, his legs swell up.
but they told you had to stop every hour, and you guys
And we did.
right? Okay.
We did. So when we come back to get that addressed, we found out that the blood clots originate from the legs. And he should have been told that from the beginning.
And looked at it.
They should have been told that from the beginning. They knew that they were in the legs then. They just didn't tell you they were in the legs.
And I mean, I'm not a doctor, but if they know that you're going to get these blood clots from your chemo or whatever, why didn't they do something to help you out prior?
I didn't understand
I
it.
do know why. Because it's common with pancreatic cancer to get the blood clots in the legs. They were not surprised.
But they said nothing would have changed anyway because the Eliquis would have been used for both. But
could they
it would
given
have
to
helped
you?
me from, to me, if you know that's a situation, you think intermittently they'd be checking for that. To get them while they're small rather than 18 inches long.
You know why, really.
I do, because they figured you're not going to be around anyway, so what's the point?
The one guy, Brian Barczyk, he ended up with them in his leg. And they cut him out.
Oh, okay.
And it's... That was pretty much the end of him when they did that. But he did not react like you to any of the chemos. Our last box.
Yeah, everybody's different. It's not one size fits all, for sure. But we're giving it heck.
Right.
And we got quite a regiment.
Right. So your tongue thing that started slowly. So what did you?
Which is a side effect of the chemo.
Right. This is chemo.
It's
side
normal.
effect. But I think we bought every single product off of Amazon we could find trying to help you.
This stuff, believe it or not.
Are we allowed to promote
Yeah.
medications?
When you have a child, most people, they got kids cutting teeth, youngsters, this is what they'll give them. I know my daughters, this is what we had. And at 62, oral gel's still good. And really temporary relief. But, and then the magic mouthwash we talked about.
Right, but they just didn't offer it to you. We had to go
You
dig
found
around
it.
forum boards to find out what people were using because nothing else was giving you relief.
Nothing is
Tell
offered.
everybody what you have to do with this problem.
Research. They're not going to hand you the information. Why? I do not know. You are your own advocate. Have family and friends help assist you. They go through forum boards and Facebook groups, and everything that I'm doing to assist me was found here. It was not found at the clinic or from the doctors, which irritates the living heck out of me. I mean, you're paying this kind of money.
Probably another big thing is take someone to the doctor with you, have them take a pen and a notepad and start writing things down because, sometimes your head starts to spin and you just forget or don't remember.
Hey, another Paw Patrol.
Oh, yeah? Any more Paul Skeens?
Not a one.
No kidding. I'll be done. So we worked hard. But like I say, none of this information was handed to us at all. Now, a nurse told me about the salt water the other day. That helped. That was awfully nice of her. But I mean, you go through this.
So what is your mouth regimen on a normal day?
Okay, I brush my teeth with that toothpaste, Biotene
You have Biotene toothpaste.
toothpaste, which they say is the best. And then I gargle with the mouthwash of that. Then I come in, I do a warm salt water gargle. And then I do the magic mouthwash.
3 packs left.
In that order.
And then you do that
That's
stuff
really
after
cool.
you eat and stuff too, right?
Exactly's hurting. Go get some salty French fries. You'll know exactly where it hurts.
You've learned to ask for fries with no salt at the fast food places when you're out and about.
Mm-hmm.
When he makes me mad, I get him extra salty fries. Kidding!
Yeah. People say, well, you're not eating the best of food. When you got to keep weight on and you're going through chemo, it's not easy. It is absolutely not easy. If you eat, and the other thing is, you spend a lot of time in the restroom. A lot of time. If I travel an hour in the car, I need to know where the McDonald's are, the rest stops are, everything. You have to know. And so you could eat, and an hour later, like you've had nothing to eat all day. And you can't lose weight. So you're constantly eating. Constantly. It's a vicious cycle.
Ooh, we got a veteran combo, Paul Skeens.
Oh, that's neat.
Well, and you were dropping
there
a
we go.
bunch of weight there for a minute. We kind of reevaluated some of your snacks. And like your sugar-free Jello and your sugar-free pudding had literally no calories in it. So you had to stop getting the prepackaged sugar-free Jello and getting the packaged and adding whole milk to it to get some calories in that for you.
It's a sweet looking card.
When I take my meds in the evening, I have to have.
It's one of the holiday version cards. It's the
Oh,
last
that's
pack.
nice. You have to. We've learned that I eat food in the evening. Big Bill, shout out to Michigan, mentioned taking them a little earlier and eating something with it before I go to bed, and it helped a lot. Oh, and the RSO, the Rick Simpson oil, we really learned. In the beginning, I probably talked about it before, that stuff's potent, man. A grain of rice, that's how much you put on your finger that you consume every night. Because I was on a ship in a hurricane in the mornings. It took us a while to dial that in, didn't it?
Right, because we thought you were sick from the chemo, but it wasn't. It was from taking too much.
That stuff's potent, but they use it as immunotherapies in a lot of hospitals already across the country. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing, when you research, you'd be surprised.
Yep, we're not a doctor, we're not a pharmacy. None of us even have any kind of a medical background.
All we do is research.
So I guess we'll switch gears since we weren't mentioning names of anything. So one of your other problems is when you're having your mouth sores is finding, like if we're out and about and you want to go to a restaurant, you've had a lot of, because anything of a slight spice or things that aren't, like even like chicken fingers were hard.
Last night, got the quesadilla from Taco Bell. One bite, I realized, was not happening.
Well, it was spicy though.
Holy moly. And you're looking at a guy whose favorite food is Thai. I love hot food. But those days left. The other thing that's been hard is nuts. I love cashews, peanuts, almonds. That's, my body doesn't process certain things anymore. And the nuts can be painful to a point. But I still like chocolate covered almonds. Let me tell you something. If you could find sugar-free chocolates, oh my gosh, you're in heaven. It is awesome. We got Yoder's is a food place.
Is it Troyer's?
Troyer's. It's a, what do you call that? Dry
Like an
bulk
Amish
store.
dry goods store.
It's a nice color match.
And they got some stuff there that's really neat.
These holidays really look cool with
I like that.
the Baltimore Ravens. Or Baltimore Ravens. Orioles.
So we've been trying to make lots of cream soups and higher calorie soups, so he's getting his calories and still can eat stuff. Because even things that we thought would be okay weren't. Like I said, chicken fingers, I would deem as soft. That wasn't the best for you. Some Chinese
With the
bothered you,
textures.
right?
Grilled would have been fine.
I bet the grinders ones you could eat.
He had one.
I know.
But I was so sore at that point.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell. There's a restaurant called Grinders. I think it's only Ohio and PA. I'm not sure.
It started in Ohio.
I think
But
it's like a local chain.
If you
It's
like
local.
French onion soup, they are the best I've ever had.
Oh no.
Just throwing that out there.
But if anybody's still watching here an hour into this, if you have any salty soup recipes with high calorie, put them in the comments down below. That would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we're always looking.
You just made, what is it, sausage tortellini?
That was good.
That was good.
Like a cream sauce.
Right.
It was awesome. Matter of fact, I'll probably have to finish that tomorrow. But we try all different things. Pasta is great.
I'm done opening my cards.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
That'll be it till next time. try not to make
Yep.
it 6 months though this time.
If you like this format, watching me open cards by Patrick Jibberjaws, let us know. 'Cause
Oh, that's not nice.
it's being funny.
It's
Aw.
accurate.
While Patrick talks, let us know in the comments because we're looking to get into making podcasts on all kinds of subjects. And we're also going to continue to follow Patrick's story and what's going on with him.
Yeah, there's several interests. It's not just cards. It's boating. It's travel. It's Legos.
I'm
Ed's a
saying we'll do
trucker.
some
He's got
cards.
stuff from the road.
We can talk and open cards.
Tell them who your sidekicks are.
They know who Petey is.
Well, if someone's just coming in, they don't.
Everybody knows who Petey
Petey
is.
and Annabelle.
Petey's in the bathroom right now.
Oh,
that's right.
He's in-
I've been feeding them. We're not locked them in there for being bad. It's so they don't get messed with. There's 6 dogs.
Got a bunch of good cards. Yep. So we'll cut it here and we'll do a update sooner than 6 months. We'll probably do it over Thanksgiving break, which is next week.
Did you do have an oncology appointment this week, which I think it's just see how you're
Friday?
doing. No, on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right.
Haven't had any scans or anything, but she probably just wants to say hi.
And we'll try to do this again, open it a bunch of cards and talk about whatever. Maybe we'll talk about the movie.
Yep.
Maybe you can get into Mr. 1000 here.
Yeah,
He'll
we'll
be
get
here
Mr.
Friday.
1000. And we'll do a movie interview. January 18th.
Lions Lincoln Theater. Movie
Lions
starts at
Lincoln
7.
Or you can catch it on YouTube if you're not in Ohio. And it'll be released in multiple parts a week. Should be a good time. Any last words?
Nope.
Catch you all later.
Bye.